Okay, I'll start the recording now. So, you are starting with JavaScript now, and let's just go to W3 School and see what it looks like. So, I'll be talking about the introductions and syntax and semantics of JavaScript. So here we go. This is JavaScript is the world's most popular programming language. That is, as of today, JavaScript is very popular and accepted worldwide. It's a programming language of the web. If you remember, I've talked about this before, that it was initially created for the web. So, and then after the widely acceptance, a lot of people started using it for mobile, started using it for developing desktop and all. So there are very few things you cannot do with JavaScript as of today. So that being said, it is easy to learn. Yes, it is easy to learn, but it is wide as well. This tutorial will teach you JavaScript basic to advanced. So we are going to cover the basic first before we move to the advanced part, and then let's just go to the introduction of JavaScript. And okay, so as it is like this, we are going to be starting JavaScript for web only. Do you understand? JavaScript for web only. It is big actually. Is it okay? How about now? Hello? Okay. So JavaScript can change. Okay, so what we are trying to achieve with JavaScript on the web is giving the behavior and aesthetics behavior of the web. Like, for instance, what will happen if I'm scrolling like this? What will happen if I click on each of these links? What should happen if I, let's say, let me do this. Look at this menu bar. What will happen if I open it and close it back? So all these stuffs are being handled by JavaScript. So what they mean JavaScript is that it's just like, you know what a script looks like now in the theater industry. You understand what I'm saying? Hello? Yeah, I just want you to be responding so that I can know that you're actually there. Okay, you know what it means by script in the theater industry. So it's just like a step-by-step instruction of or different response at every point in time. So that is why they are referring to this instruction given to this web as a script. and at every point in time, whenever you click a button, something will happen. Whenever you hover on a text, something will happen. Whenever you drag or anything you do, any event that happen is being tracked by your JavaScript, and a corresponding response is given to it. So now to manage that, we need to we need to understand how to write the language and how to um, make different responses for each event that happen. So let's start with the first thing you need to know is this method get element by ID. So let me create a page to do that. So now we have this index.html. First thing, to create a JavaScript file, you need to create a file with extension name of .js. So let's call that script.js, just like the way you used to create your file, but the extension name is .js. Are you with me? Now let's write a first thing first. If you want to, let's test if this thing is working. Console.log. So now we need to import it here. So we say script, just like the way you import your styling with link, you are importing this one with script, and then you pass the link to the source, which is script.js. Let me just do this. If I save this now and reload this, let's check what we console. Hello world. So this part here now is what they refer to as console. Console is used for testing out your code. Are you with me? Look at this tab here. Do you know how I get here? You don't know? Okay. Look at this. Right click on anywhere on your screen. Click inspect, and then you see console. Can you see that? Did you see that? Yes. Okay. Now you know how to create your file, your JavaScript file, and you know how to import your JavaScript file. Am I right? So the third one is you can test out, you can console on you can write on your console from your JavaScript file. So that means this ascertain, it tells us that our JavaScript has been incorporated with this HTML file. So You can remove that now. Let's save it again. And now we need to see how this thing works. Let's try document.html and put hello javascript on the screen. So now, as you can see, there's nothing here, and this one is throwing error. So this error is saying that this particular HTML or this particular element that you are referencing is not available. You understand? So now, before we continue, I need to correct something here. Look at it. This script, I put it here and it works. But the best position it should be is inside the body tag, down inside the body tag, after every other element. At this part. Do you understand? You mean, what do you say? Yes. Yes, inside the body tag. This is the best place to put your script tag. Are you with me? Okay, so let's create a new div and put id to demo. So if you save this now, I will see hello javascript. So how that works is that there is something they call document, which is this entire web page. It is a reference to this entire web page is called document. And this document, now inside it we have everything that is here inside it, so we can make reference to anything we want to make reference to. Yes. You don't need to worry about that. I'm not recording from the Google Meet. I'm recording directly from my system. Okay, so I said there is something they call document, which represents the whole, is an object that represents your web page. So inside it you have you have this function called get element by id. It is used to access or to reference any element with the id name. So they call it get element by id, and inside this you put the id name. Are you there? So now this property is used for changing the content of that reference. So we reference this element through the id name, and then we change whatever that is inside it with this inner HTML. And that is the way how we are able to get what is here. Do you understand now? So moving on to the next part here. This class is just to let you see what you can achieve with JavaScript, you know. So we will be stopping soon on this introduction for today. Now JavaScript accepts both double and single quotes. So in this case, you know, if we are using double quotes, we can also use single quotes and it will still work. So that's what that is saying. And lastly, yeah, this is another good thing you can use JavaScript to do. You know, it's about changing a particular state of of different elements. So, like, let's say, for instance, we have this light turn on. We can also have it turn off. So, how does this work? Let's say, let me see if I can copy. Let me go and try it out. So, okay. Are you there? Okay, so here we have image, and then we have two buttons in between, beside it. Now let me go and copy this image link so that it will show on our own end too. Copy image address. I'm coming on. Okay. I think well done. Okay. Okay, now let me explain what I just did there. And in fact, you know, in CSS we have different way of importing or different way of including our CSS inside our HTML, right? Which are three. You remember? You remember, right? Yeah, and the last one? Inline. Exactly. So the same thing happens to JavaScript as well. We have internal, inline, and external. So this one we did here is what? External, exactly. So now another way of including our JavaScript here is through this. Now, what you said? You want to on it? Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So there are three types of importing, just like for CSS, which is the internal, inline, and external. The first one I did was the external way, using this. Now, this example is explaining the inline JavaScript. As you can see, it is inside the element that we are putting it. And if you notice this yeah? Okay. How about now? Can you see it now? Okay. How about now? Can you see it now? Very tiny, okay. How about now? So now I said this is a inline way of using JavaScript. So if you notice, you will see that this is document.getElements by ID that I just explained inside this place. And then here now, can you hear me? Okay, so I said if you notice document.getElement by ID is the same thing as what I just explained here earlier. And now we are using demo ID here. We are using my image ID, which is referring to this image element. So now if you look at this image element, the default src file that is inside there is this bool of.gif. That is that is an image. It is off. Now we want to change the image to bool on, which is this. So that means we are going to say just like we did with this inner HTML, we are passing another value to src. That is this src attribute. We now have a new value. Anytime we click on this button, this on-click event listener, it is used for changing the value of this src image. and the same thing happens with this. So when we click light on, it will change to this image. When we click light off, it will change it to this image. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Alright, so that is the simple analogy that is happening behind it. To quickly round it off, let's see what other. Yes. Now we can also change the CSS styling from our JavaScript. That is, we can have access to style attributes. Look at this. Let's go and look at this guy here. Let's say document.getElement by ID. So let's go and give this paragraph text an ID. Let's say ID equals para. So bring it here, para. So we've been able to have access to that ID like that, to that element. Now we want to change the style. So we can say dot style equals let's say color. Hold on. Okay, style dot color to be equals red. Okay. Look at this. Now, another thing we can also do is, let's create another button and do button on click. Change color. So now this is let me just we are still introducing it, so there are some things that you may not understand, so let's just keep it that way for now. So we say change constant, okay, function change para color. So look at it now. Oops. Do you see that? So by default this thing is color black, right? If I do this, it changes to red. So another thing we can do is, maybe we want the color to be changing okay, let's just leave it like that for now. There are many things we can actually do with JavaScript. So these are just very few out of many things we can do. And as you can see, it is already looking like I'm doing magic again. Yeah? I said it is already looking like I'm doing magic. Huh? I don't understand that part. Okay, like if I change, no. It is because we already told. Okay, let me explain something here. You see this function that we create, there's something they call function. It is like a specific instruction that you already give him that, okay, whenever this function is being called anywhere, it should do only this thing. And what it should do here is, what we do is we already had red as value. So if it were to be other color now, it will have taken that. I said if it were to be another color like green now, it will be green. But if we want to be saying, okay, the color should be changing, then that's another functionality on its own. Do you understand that now? So I don't want us to go deeper since this is just an introduction. That's why I'm saying, that's why I just use this as a simple example. So later on we will still talk about function and many other things. So this is just an introduction for you to get yourself prepared on what you are going to be seeing later on. So do you understand now? Okay, so let me stop.